Hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to share another recipe and it's on the healthy side. I wanted to share it because it is healthy, but I also wanted to twist it up a little bit because there is a major ingredient that is very, very hard to find here on the mainland. So what it is Filipino style coconut stew with spinach, and that is laing. So the original recipe uses taro leaves. Like I said, it's hard to find here, so I'm gonna call this one Mainland Laing. So the original recipe is from the region of Bicol, and in Bicol the top producing crop is coconut. So of course this is known to come from the region of Bicol, and so let's just do our own thing and call it Mainland Laing, because I just have mainland spinach and mainland kale to replace the taro leaves. So there's no taro leaves and there's no bagoong in this one. So we may replace the bagoong with some salt. So I'll say go ahead and put 1 teaspoon salt with all of this, and you can add more salt, but let's just start with 1 teaspoon salt. So it goes 1 teaspoon salt, 8 cloves of garlic. So here is my house garlic, so 8 cloves. All right, so that's basically 8 1/2 teaspoons of garlic. 1 to 2 thumb size ginger. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I peeled, this is thumb size right here. I peeled 2 gingers, okay? I don't want my laing to be over, I guess, tasted with ginger. So I'm gonna put in 1 and then I'll put in another if it's not overwhelming, okay? So I got 2 thumb size ready. 1/2 onion sliced, okay? 1/2 onion sliced right here. It's pre-done. 1 pound pork belly. So I already cooked the pork belly just so that I can make the video, you know, kind of streamlined through. So this is kind of 1 pound, and I kind of cooked it for like 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna cook it additionally when I put everything in, and that should be okay. 4 cans of coconut milk. All right, so I got my 4 cans ready here. And each can is a standard can, 3.5 fluid ounces. But this is the most important to note, that this is a coconut, the only coconut milk I use, and it's spelled like this, CHAOKOH, coconut milk. And this is from Thailand, and I really, really trust this brand. I use it all the time for my ginaton with squash, which is also really delicious, and all my mochis and my bilo, everything that needs coconut milk. This is my go-to. This is very abundant here on the mainland. Okay, so 4 cans of coconut milk, and I'm going to start with 3 Thai, I have 5 out here, but I'm going to start with 3 Thai red chilies because these things are on fire. And one thing that's different about this laing with coconut milk from, for example, ginaton with kabocha squash is laing is really kind of a spicy dish. It's preferred to be spicy. So that's why I'm going to say 3, and then I'm going to have 2 more just in case if you're super spice, but 3, okay? All right, so let's get started. I'm going to turn on my handy dandy skillet here that I love so much. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and there you go. All right. So 1 teaspoon salt. I'll just go ahead and put it in now so I don't forget. Okay, that replaces the shrimp paste. No bagoong today, okay? 8 cloves of garlic. So that's 8 1/2 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. I'm going to start with 1 thumb-sized ginger. And before I forget, the second most important ingredient in this dish, of course, is the spinach and the kale. So this is about 1 pound of this really, really healthy stuff. So here on the mainland, they sell it like this. So this is baby spinach and baby kale, 16 ounces, 1 pound. And this does not have to cook long. The spinach, it wilts really, really fast. So you just see me kind of add it as we go. We don't have to cook it like taro leaves for a very, very long time. The spinach and the kale, they wilt down really, really fast. Okay, so that was 1 ginger, thumb-sized ginger grated. Okay. 1/2 onion. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the pork belly in. Okay, so let's just get that cooking in the spices. And that kind of adds more oil to the browning of the herbs. Okay. So I put in the 1 teaspoon of salt. I put in the 8 cloves of garlic. I put in 1 thumb-sized minced ginger, and I have 1 thumb-sized minced ginger remaining just in case. I put in 1/2 onion slice. I put in the 1 pound pork belly. So all the herbs and the protein is in. So all we got to do now is add the 4 cans of coconut milk. Here it goes. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of coconut milk. Oh, all right. This pan is so awesome. It can just totally hold. If I wanted to double the recipe, it can hold double the recipe with 8 cans of coconut milk. Okay, now I'm gonna add my 3 chili peppers. And so here we go. Here is my 3 chili peppers. These are tiny. These are probably the size of 1/2 thumb. So I'm not gonna be overzealous and put too much, or I'll end up burning my mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the 1 pound of spinach, combination of baby spinach and baby kale leaves. And that's what makes this the mainland version of the classic bagoong laing, because I don't have access to the taro, but this will definitely suffice. You get all your greens, no wasted greens here. And you'll see how fast all these greens just melt down. It's kind of crazy, but you'll see how it'll just melt down. Just put a little bit more work into mixing it. Okay, I'm going to spend about 5 to 10 more minutes of having them wilt down, and I'll see you in Mom's Corner and talk about the end of the recipe. All right. So you saw me put all them yummy ingredients together, and so I decided to cook the laing for about 15 minutes. And the way I judged the way that it cooked is because the coconut milk started reducing and getting thicker, and then the actual coconut milk kind of turned a tinge of green. So that's when I know that my laing was gonna taste the way I wanted it to. One thing I did change though, remember we talked about the 1 to 2 thumb size gingers? I decided to put 1 1/2. 1 thumb size ginger was not enough for me, but I didn't want to put 2, so I met it down the middle and put 1 1/2 thumb size ginger grated, and the laing came out perfect. So I know I did say 5 to 10 minutes, but I would really say like 15 to 20, and every oven or stove is different. So you just have to judge the way that your vegetables, if you use all the spinach, if it's all spinach, 1 pound of spinach, or if it's a mix of spinach and kale, how it looks in your pot. So I have the final recipe here, and it's so delicious, and it has a lot of vegetables, as you saw, a lot of coconut milk, and packs a lot of flavor. You won't be sorry if you make this one for the family. So let me bring it to you. So remember how I was totally stuffing the skillet with all that green stuff. And this is all I ended up with. Yes, I piled it high. So this is, a bowl that's like half a finger size. But compared to what we started out with a big skillet full of vegetables, it really, really did cook down. And this is what we got. So I would say this could feed a family of 10. And with the protein, which is the pork in there, yeah, I would say family of 10 with a little bit of rice. All right, so if you can't really see it, let me try to bring it to you. All right, so you see the green, heavily green. So what I'm gonna do is try to bring it closer to you and get it in a good kind of lighting here. There you go. So there it is. Mainland Laing is what I am officially calling this. All right, so it's the same basic ingredients in bagoong laing, except for the greens, which like I said before earlier, it's very hard to get hold of fresh or even dried taro leaves. And I like this better anyways, because I know what's going in. I know where my spinach is coming from, organic spinach and kale. So I like this better. And it tastes pretty much the same, So you don't have to worry about missing out on the taste with this one. You're gonna get the full taste of laing. All right, so let's just go over the ingredients and then I'll let you go. So remember, that was 1 teaspoon of salt, 8 cloves of garlic, 1 1/2 thumb size grated ginger, 1/2 onion slice, 1 pound pork belly, 4 cans of coconut milk, 3 red Thai chilies, which was a perfect amount for this amount of coconut milk, and then 1 pound of spinach, or 1 pound of spinach and kale, or 1 pound of kale if that's what you like, or I guess you could do 1 pound of taro leaves if you find it. But let's just go ahead and top this delicious dish off with your friends or family who would actually be brave enough to eat one of these whole. All right. Well, thank you for listening. I hope that you try this and let me know how it goes for you. Merry Christmas.